Fucking hell.
Can't really hear a lot.
You got to be there.
To the ball!
Hey!
Welcome back. End of the season. Final podcast. On this balcony as well. No more, maybe. One special occasion we'll do another one here, but... yeah, what do you think of the race?
Difficult to say, really.
It was wank, wasn't it?
That's pretty simple. Yeah, I can't remember anything that happened, so that probably speaks volumes, doesn't it?
I can't remember.
No reason, mate. I can't remember why.
Yeah. Me and Mr. Bolton did watch it live, but we found it quite hard to muster up some notes, so forgive us.
But we will press on, won't we?
Well, so qualies. Lando bad qualies, Sainz and Hamilton also bad qualies, isn't it?
Yeah. So what was the problem with Lewis? Could he not just get the car put together properly?
Yeah, I want to talk about Lando. He's washed as well.
No, that will move. Hamilton, sorry.
He had a... I don't know if he had any problems or anything, did he? He just couldn't get the car to work for him.
Just struggling.
He was saying one corner it would oversteer, the next corner it would understeer, and
was it anything to do with, because a lot of the drivers were complaining about there being certain bumps or like potholes in the track? I know, because was it FP2 that Sainz crashed? That was something to do with he went over the curb and then or something.
He's not having good luck with driving over stuff these past
No, he's
few
not
races.
really. Yeah.
Was it a bit of dirty air for him as well?
Well, he said that, yeah, but
he could have just dropped the throttle a bit too much and overcooked it a bit.
Sounds like he's washed to me.
There wasn't really much of it, to be fair. There was they did well, Ferrari, to get the car out, because it was quite a big crash. Did anyone else crash? I can't remember. Free practice.
No, not
in free
practice.
practice.
K-Mag did, didn't he? Or one of the Hasses? I'm sure.
Did they?
Yeah, he did. He twatted his wing against the barrier.
Which barrier?
I don't know. I'm sure that happened.
Well, so yeah, so moving on to the Grand Prix.
No. Lando's mistake. I want to talk about Lando's mistake in quali.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's kind of summed up the second half of this season. That as amazing as Lando's been, him and McLaren have just been making silly mistakes. I think they've had the car to get a lot of pole positions the second half of the year. And it's the classic story of, we didn't capitalise in quali. We had the car, but we just didn't do it.
Yeah. It's happened just one too many times.
Yeah.
Really, hasn't it?
And I was just going to say, I'm just glad these mistakes are getting out of the way this year, so that when they're fighting for the championship next year...
Fingers crossed. Well, I mean, it's sort of... I think Lando knows, because like I think you said that you can see in his interviews that you can tell he's absolutely gutted about the crashes and all the low positions, low qualies. But yeah,
he's very harsh on himself, isn't he? I feel like he's always been quite harsh on himself, but that's
winner's mentality.
How you get to where he is.
Yeah.
But it's getting a bit sort of, as soon as he's under pressure, he does actually buckle. So you think about Russia 2021, you think about trying to put a lap together in, when was he out in Q1 a couple of weeks ago?
Oh
yeah. That was McLaren left him
too late.
Time or something. Yeah.
Obviously had the potential to put it on the front row. I would say. I think it was, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it could have been. Yeah, he just seems to not be able to perform under pressure, and I think if he wants to be a championship contender, he needs to really work on that, because I think that's the differentiator between someone like him and Charles. I think Charles can still perform under that pressure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think what I thought was nice to see though was, whereas obviously Max was up there, Checo bottled it, Leclerc was up there, Sainz bottled it, Russell was up there, Lewis bottled it, but when Norris bottled it, Piastri was still up there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
That is like, he's the best turning out to be like the best number 2 driver. Everything McLaren could have hoped for.
Well, top of his rookie class this year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Those points.
Wasn't much competition, was there?
Yeah, mate, he's in a McLaren compared to like a Williams or an
Logan
AlphaTauri.
Logie?
Was it
Well,
20?
getting 1 point by default.
Yeah,
Well, P6 to P16 in Vegas, you know.
and lost.
cracking effort.
Lost, what was it? 22-0 in qualifying to
To
Albon.
Albon, yeah.
Hey, do you remember a couple of podcasts ago we were joking about him being a Williams Academy driver?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember what James Vowles came out this week and said?
What,
Did you
he'll
hear
always
that?
be
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of our academy.
Yeah. So-
Well, he also said something along the lines of he had targets to meet for this race or for the rest of the season.
Yeah, at that point,
And
he
he's-
said
he's-
it, yeah.
You know, they can't decide whether he's met him yet. But on the end of the radios at the end of the race, when Vowles came on and went, thank you for everything. Looking forward to the next few winters with you or something like that. Obviously, they've not announced him, but. It'd be hard to just fire him while he's in the middle of a race.
Yeah. So you could say that he's just saying it to, appease.
So he doesn't crash the car anymore.
But also, if he's a reserve driver or a test driver, he is going to be with them, but he's not going to be in
yeah, mate, to me
in
it
that
didn't
seat.
scream confidence. It didn't scream.
No, and the
look forward to
interview
next
as
year.
well, the actual interview that he did with Sky, James Vowles, was like, he can't comment on Logan's future. He knows he'll be in the academy for a few years, and then said some other things that alluded to him not
I think he's I think
guaranteed.
if he was staying, he would have said it by now. He can't say anything now because it might
Yeah,
be seen as like legally binding if he says, "Oh, he's
Yeah.
staying with us." But one thing Sargent did win this season is he won the award for most damage.
Oh, the Destructors
The
Championship.
Destructors Championship.
Oh my god! So he came last in the drivers, but he got the most damage.
Yep.
Not a good look.
Oh, he
that, is
didn't
it?
come last.
Nick De Vries came
Technically,
last.
Nick De Vries came last.
Nick De Vries, who literally raced half the season.
Probably 8 races, I think it
Yeah,
was.
not even
Saying
half
that.
the season.
So Sargent's raced a full season and got 1 point. So
That's so bad.
That's more
and
than
he only inherited that 1 point because someone got disqualified.
that's more than George Russell across 2 years though in a Williams. So I mean, technically Logan Sargent's better than
oh my god,
George Russell.
moving swiftly on. Right, let's talk about the race.
Fact.
Fact, if you look at stats only,
You just fair enough.
What are you saying then? Logan Sargent 2024 WDC.
I think give him 2 years,
2 years.
and then he'll be in a Mercedes.
I think he can do F1 and World Endurance Championship at the same time in the same year. That's how good he is. He'll win both. Mark my words.
Mate.
Is that your crazy prediction?
You heard it here first.
Right, so the race. What do we talk about?
First lap was good.
As in most races.
Bit of a battle.
I honestly
between-
thought they were going to come together.
Who?
Did you?
Yeah,
Which ones?
but I was drunk.
Leclerc
So.
and Verstappen.
Mate, Max is a robot. He saw it coming. He predicted it. He's out
He's
the
just
way.
emotionless, isn't he?
Well, he looked like he was going to cry actually at the end of his thing on his podium
On
speech
his in-law.
when he was talking about how good the Red Bull car's been. Again, this is just me speculating, but he did look like he was going to cry.
Really?
Well, if he is a
Emotion.
robot, he's been well programmed.
Well oiled.
Well, shout out to Kelly PK.
Shout out. Yuki Tsunoda leading the race.
Yeah,
for
no,
a few
good
laps.
race for him.
Good race for Yuki.
Mate, if there'd have been a safety car, then he would have looked like an absolute champion.
Yeah.
Imagine just clawing that P7 in the constructors on that last race and that.
Yeah. Oh, it was a cracking race for Yuki, cracking qualities. It was the highest ever qualifying P6. But again, so like the whole strategies all weekend were off. But I think they left him out, didn't they? Yuki, their strategy was off.
They were going for the gamble though, weren't
Yeah.
they? Like, let's be honest. If they went on the same strategy as everyone else, they weren't going to get that P6 because they didn't have the pace. So
Yeah.
they were just hoping, right, we've got track position, let's just stick it out, hope there's a safety car. Sadly
Yeah.
for them, there wasn't. But in my opinion, I think it was worth the gamble. I think
Definitely,
I'd have
yeah.
done the same.
Cracking race for Yuki though. Did that push AlphaTauri up anywhere in the standings or?
No.
No.
Because were they fighting Williams?
Yes.
Nothing
Yeah.
came of it, yeah.
But yeah, you got driver of the day though.
Yeah, good driver of the day.
It's good.
Absolutely
Well
worthless
deserved.
in the standings, but
Yeah.
well done to Yuki.
And
lap 15, McLaren very slow pit. Wait, this is the extent of the note. We're talking about slow pit stuff,
wasn't it?
Yeah,
5 seconds.
it was
Yeah, 5
painful,
seconds.
especially because he let Russell through.
Yeah.
Do you think he'd have got past otherwise?
Yeah,
yeah, but we would have at least seen a fight on track rather than it be in the pits.
Yeah.
You know, they've probably, you know, they're record-breaking pit stoppers,
Very
and then they
unlike
go on a
McLaren.
5-second pit stop at the most crucial time.
Yeah.
It's like,
It was very, very unlike McLaren.
Well, they still got the P4 in the constructors, though, didn't they? So they got everything
Yeah.
they needed.
Yeah. How does the McLaren?
Charles.
We're really struggling here, aren't we?
Dragging this out, aren't we? You got P6 in the standings. Drivers.
Lando.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a shame. I'd have liked to have seen him get P4 or
yeah,
whatever.
he could have got P4. Couldn't
Yeah,
he?
the one thing that brought any excitement to that was sort of the changing in, the constant changing in the constructors. Because the F1 TV thing, it did a good job of like showing
Yeah, they
where,
did.
where it was moving.
Yeah, it was Mercedes and Ferrari kept jumping about, didn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously Sainz, because he's washed, just couldn't pull it out of the bag. Honestly, I'm actually gutted for Sainz because the whole year he's been ahead of Leclerc in the championship. And on this last race,
He's still waiting for that safety car, my friend.
yeah,
What even was that? I mean,
I know we're not at predictions just yet, but do you know what your prediction was last week?
oh god.
oh well, no, I'd say leave
Yeah,
it.
leave it.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
alright,
wanna know. Now I know what the punishment is. I really don't want to know.
So Sainz, yes, for whatever reason, stayed out on. Oh well, he.
Good. Tell him. Just tell him.
Yeah, well, your prediction was Ferrari good strategy this weekend.
I meant Leclerc.
Well, this wasn't that good. He was deciding his own strategy at one point.
Dave, mate, if there'd have been a safety car, I'd have been getting that point any day of the week.
No, because that's a gamble. Don't count.
But
Wasn't there a statistic where it's like in the past 16 races there's only been like 7 safety cars or something? So it's like
Really?
it's like not known for safety cars, which is
in
weird.
Abu Dhabi, do you mean?
Yeah, but
right,
it's
okay.
funny because I only know Abu Dhabi for safety cars.
Oh.
I thought he was very well known for safety cars.
We're
But
going to have to do a compilation of every podcast. Your Abu Dhabi 21 comment.
Obsession.
But yeah, Ferrari strategy.
I've got a question. So there's been speculation. I'm not going to call it. I'm not even going to give it the honour of being called a rumour because it's got no legs whatsoever.
yeah,
Okay.
But speculation. Bottas as the second driver at Red Bull instead of Perez. What do you think?
mate,
What?
complete bullshit.
Right,
Well,
that's, no. So
where's this come from?
I'm not saying YouTube.
Oh, right, okay.
Um,
I'll let you off.
But
Not
Do you-
YouTube Premium though, so it's fake facts.
Go on, sorry.
do you think he'd be a better second driver
No.
than Perez?
No, I don't think he will.
No.
No.
Crack it on now. Alright, what do you think?
He's cracking on.
Personally, I just think he's not got the motivation anymore. I think he's a decent driver,
He's
but
just
he's
doing
not
his
got the
own
drive.
thing.
Yeah.
He's doing other things now. He's doing new calendars, isn't he? So he's.
We need to get one of them, I think.
Yeah, I think we do. I was thinking of giving it out next weekend to Matt and Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just giving it over. But, yeah, no, I don't think Perez. I mean, he got P2, didn't he? He's had. I think we touched on it last week.
Yeah.
He's had a fairly good. Any other season with Max, without Max being so dominant, it would look all right, wouldn't he? He's still got. I don't know how many points. 400 points was it?
Yeah, it's a decent enough
It's
season.
a good season. Yeah.
Yeah, Max did make him look like a bit of a fool, but
I don't know. Maybe Hamilton in that car, or maybe Leclerc. Anyone else in that other Red Bull seat, I don't think would have even touched Max Verstappen.
no.
The thing is, like, they're not. Those types of drivers aren't second drivers.
No.
Whereas I think the likes of Perez and Bottas are second drivers.
Yeah.
So I think you need like a certain characteristic to go in that car.
Yeah.
Because I think we all know it's pretty much given that Red Bull are going to favour Max over
Yeah.
someone
yeah.
else.
Golden boy. Yeah.
If Perez wasn't up to the job, okay, Bottas hasn't got that drive anymore. Could you see anyone else on the grid being a suitable second driver role?
Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
I think Liam Lawson said
think?
he'd happily take the seat.
Really?
Danny Rick.
No,
I
I don't think he.
He wants to go back to Red Bull, Danny Rick. He has said that he wants to go back.
Yeah, and he's not an idiot, mate. He knows he'd be the second driver.
He's old, isn't he, Danny Rick?
So that's
mid-30s, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
33,
Yeah.
something like that.
He's not that old.
He'd give it a shot.
Yeah.
But I think even he knows. Personally, I don't think anyone on the grid could touch Max at the minute.
They'd probably tell him in his contract, your second driver, mate.
Yeah.
Well, it's just kind of a nice point to touch upon. Because of all the rookie drivers or the kind of Formula 2 drivers in FP1, the likes of Drugovic, who got second. Well, I don't know whether he'd take the seat. I think he'd just be happy at a shot in a seat, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's been out for a year.
Is he the Brazilian guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Theo Porcher, who actually won Formula 2 this weekend. Well done to Theo.
Well done.
And how many wins did he have?
One. He had one win.
And he won the championship.
Yeah, and Fred Vesti, the guy who came second, had 5 wins. So,
Mate, shows consistency, eh?
Yeah. I think, so there's a lot of drivers out, very good drivers. I think, Matt, I don't want to say it, I'll say it, but we were sort of saying, I think there's personally 3 drivers, or maybe 2 now, that shouldn't have a seat. 1, Magnussen, 2, Logie Sarge, and 3, I was going to say Stroll, but I don't know at the moment, because the past 3 races he's actually been alright, or semi-decent.
Yeah, it's been decent.
So Magnussen and Logie Sarge, I think you can give up the 2 seats that it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
There should be the likes of Drugovic or Porcher in those seats.
The thing I find funny about the Magnussen situation is obviously when it was Mazepin and Schumacher in 21, when Mazepin was dropped for Magnussen looked like an absolute hero in comparison to Schumacher. And then now Hulk has come in, or Gothenburg as you call him. And now he's making Magnussen look like a bit of a fool. So they're just slowly getting the driver lineups, just slowly getting better, isn't it? But it makes me think that 2021 Haas might not have actually been as bad as we thought.
Yeah.
I think they just had a really, really poor driver lineup.
I was shocked when they gave up on Mick Schumacher, to be honest, after 1 season. I know we had a lot of crashes,
2.
but...
2 seasons.
Oh, 2 seasons.
He was shit, mate.
Oh, right, yeah, fair enough. I retract
No,
my comment.
I think you were harsh on him. I would have given him more time.
No, mate, 2 seasons and he's... I won't.
He is driving a Haas.
Yeah, but he just didn't show that.
There was flashes of goodness.
Name one.
No, there was,
Moving on.
there was like a 45-second compilation of it on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
45 seconds.
Yeah. So,
How long was each clip?
45 seconds.
And the clip was just showing how hot his girlfriend is.
Yeah, pretty much. Moving on. We're halfway through the notes now for the Grand Prix.
What's next?
Hamilton crashed into Gasly. And subsequently,
yeah?
him complaining about the car. Yeah, apparently he was setting the fastest laps. Oh, he was one of the quickest. He wasn't setting fastest laps, but he was one of the quickest.
Yeah,
cars.
Toto was back on the radio lying again.
Yeah.
What, was he not setting fastest laps?
He said you're the fastest man on the track, and then like someone else had fastest lap.
Really?
So you saw it where Gasly was going around the bend, but he locked up, and then Hamilton's front wing just went right into him.
Yeah, I don't think Hamilton did anything wrong.
No, he doesn't
No.
think he could have done that.
Couldn't have done anything about it.
No.
Yeah, maybe Gasly just misjudged his braking point.
Well, Gasly on the comms was like, "Oh, I can't believe what's he doing?"
Yeah,
It's
mate.
like-
The Alpine drivers are just they're so quick to.
Yeah.
I was going to say it. They're just so quick to blame other people.
Yeah,
I think Alpine at the minute, they just need to take a good look in the mirror, honestly.
good luck. A good, long, hard look at themselves.
Yeah.
They've
No,
also
that's it.
raced with no one this year.
Yeah.
They might have raced with McLaren a little bit towards the start.
Such a dead team, mate.
But I don't know, if I was Rory McIlroy or whatever, I wouldn't have invested.
I'm not saying
with
anything because
them.
there's a chance that Mr. Ocon could come on the podcast at some point. You know, like they went on P1.
Yeah.
I don't want to be shitting on Alpine
No,
too
I
much.
like Ocon, and I think he's better than Gasly.
A lot of people
but
don't like Ocon.
I don't know why. It's because
Yeah.
he's French. Is that why?
Well, I would never dislike someone based off their nationality.
All right, fair enough.
So that thought wouldn't have even come into my mind.
Oh.
No, I'm going to stop talking now. I can't be bothered bleeping.
Aston Martin, slowest car on the straights, says, oh, look at me, professional.
Says-
Alonso, in brackets, Alonso lap 38.
Ooh.
I think that's Alonso just coming on and saying to the fans, look, this is not my fault that I'm being overtaken, there's nothing I can do here.
Well-
GP2 engine, that's what he should have said.
Well, the GP. Well, I thought that, but the engine's clearly okay, isn't it?
Because it's a Mercedes
Yeah.
engine. Yeah.
I think he'll stay. I mean, I don't know. His contract's till 24, is it, Alonso?
Yes.
I mean, if he carries on driving, like getting P5 in the driver's standings in a very poor car, he could be. He could be here till there's like 40. Well, he already is 40, isn't he?
42, lad.
Oh, bollocks! Yeah, till he's 50. I meant, yeah, 50.
Well, Aston Martin. As a shareholder in Aston Martin, I've got insider information. The wind tunnel and stuff. Are they building a wind tunnel? I can't remember if they are actually. But the factory's coming online next year.
You've got inside information and you don't know what that information is.
No.
Go on,
You've also got about £250 worth of shares.
Oh, well, there was a lot more than that. It's not my fault it's come down so much.
Talking like you are equivalent to Lawrence Stroll on the board.
Well, he's sold up, so basically I'm now. No, they've got loads of new factories being built. Well, one new factory, but lots of different
components within one big
Where's
factory.
this going?
Just that they're going to get quicker soon, I think,
Right, okay.
because they've obviously poached a lot of people from Red Bull, Mercedes. They've got all the new facilities coming in. They've got the funding.
Mic crack.
Yeah,
That will never not be funny. What did Crofty say in Brazil?
Oh,
and he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
my crack is smiling.
What were his
There's one
parents
of
thinking
the-
of that?
It's I think Ted Kravitz always makes a point of going Mike crack.
But you'd think he'd just be called Michael, wouldn't you?
Well, he must have been christened Michael, so he must have chosen Mike crack.
That's what I mean. That's on him. Fair enough. Well, Alonso, Aston Martin, Ferrari strategy we talked about. Perez 5-second penalty, bumping into
Oh, that's
Lando.
mean. I think that's mean.
I think it was deserved.
I don't think he.
He didn't give any space. I think he
Yeah.
locked up a little bit as well.
Yeah.
I think he did give space. Mate,
You were drunk, so
So it don't count.
I think
Lando
Lando was
gave
very
him-
quick to go off the track. I think. I thought that was a very
When you look
Hamilton,
at Lando's
Verstappen
on
move.
board, though, he does get shunted.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I would say,
not
so
seen that.
so for me,
you just don't remember.
there might be a slight hint of bias in this, but from what I remember is Lando gave him sufficient room to make the corner, but Perez went into the corner a bit too hot and slightly understeered, hence why he clattered into the side of Lando.
Right.
Again.
I'll give it. Yeah, because it shafted Perez a little bit, that 5-second penalty, because he lost his P2 from it, didn't
He's
he?
P2 in the championship
Yeah,
anyway.
who the fuck cares?
It was great.
really
We didn't really talk about we talked about Ferrari strategy, but Leclerc's saying to the guy, "Oh, let me drop back just in case." He was left a lap too late, definitely. 'Cause he'd been saying it a couple of laps before. He's saying how far behind is Perez. So
And then it's like, we are checking.
Yeah. He said, "Let me drop back because I can fend off Russell." Then, because of the time penalty, he'll still get P2.
Yeah.
But Russell won't get as many points.
No, was
and
it
then
not to let Perez through? He gave Perez DRS on one lap, then he let him through because then he would get DRS on Perez
Oh, I thought
and
it was
try and
along the
build a
lines of him.
gap.
Oh, right, okay.
But he was allowing Perez to get far enough up the field so that there would be more than a 5-second gap between Perez and Russell, but less than a 5-second gap between him and.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. But I don't know. Perez, it'd be hard for Perez to let him know to stay in DRS range if he's just fucking off.
No, because then I think he didn't care just as long as he stayed within 5 seconds.
Geez. That's quite a fine margin, that, isn't it?
But you
Good strategy.
They had nothing to lose.
It's 10
though.
million, or 10 million, yeah. 10 million was in it.
But like, if he'd have stayed in P2, they weren't going to get second. So he might as well have taken a gamble. Didn't pay off, but at least he tried.
But he said it was a lap too late, wasn't it?
What does Brundle always say? It's a day late and $1 too short.
Oh, I remember we were watching all this stuff, and you were like, "Oh, yeah, he looks distraught." Leclerc, like, he looked
did.
genuinely upset that he didn't. He was obviously really fighting for that position in the standings.
But he probably looks around him and thinks like, these people aren't fighting as hard as I am for these things. That's the kind of look I got.
Honestly, I think Merc and Ferrari were probably in a similar position where they actually didn't really care where they came because the extra wind tunnel time, it's a kind of a win-win. You know, you get P2, you get the prize money.
In fact, they did talk about that on one of the things, and I think Brundle came in and went, "You take the standings any day. You don't get as much wind tunnel time, but you get an extra 10 mil. You also get maybe additional sponsors maybe in the future.
Looks better to the sponsors.
Yeah, but mate, Merc and Ferrari, they've got the money, they've got the sponsors. They don't need the P2. Let's be honest.
They do, yeah. I think most people, most teams in that situation, it'd be rational to just go like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get as high as possible. But yeah, you don't need it.
That's why I think it's a win-win. I actually don't think it really was playing for that much. Yeah. Unlike the lower teams where that P7 was pretty big.
Yeah. It was great to see all the drivers though talking. You know, well, I say all the drivers, Russell and Leclerc, because Russell was saying, he kept asking his race engineer, you know, where's Hamilton in the standings? Really,
that was a brilliant piece of radio.
Oh, mate,
do you remember that?
As if he's got the balls to do that when the whole fucking season he's been out there in like P12 while Hamilton's been on the podium, and then one race he does all right, and he's saying, why is Hamilton not pulling his weight? Honestly.
No, I don't. Did he say that?
No, he didn't say that. But he was basically saying.
He didn't say anything like that.
No, I think he was saying.
This is fake news.
How's Hamilton's race going? And his engineer answered in a very like MP manner and said a lot, but didn't say a lot.
Or just like focus on the race.
He was like, oh, he's got his own race that he's managing well.
Yeah, but to me that's Russell saying.
No, but then George went, fuck that, I want to hear how's it going in the championship?
Yeah, it was good. But
still
I do kind of agree though. He should have been saying that the whole way through. Yeah. I guess it's obviously Abu Dhabi last race, but it didn't seem there was as much interest until it sort of came down right to the wire.
Yeah, exactly.
But good to see a bit passionate drivers. But
yeah. It'd be better if he didn't stick it in the wall in Singapore.
I think we could make a whole video on Mr. Russell. Last point, Max 19 wins, then led 1,003 laps, first ever driver.
That's mad.
1,003.
1,003. Most dominant F1 drive ever.
Imagine if that had been like, if he hadn't achieved 1,000 laps just because of Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah.
Leading, all he had to do was lead another 3.
Yeah.
And he'd never made it.
Tsunoda's denied him. It was like when Lawson denied him Q3 in Singapore.
Yeah.
That was mad.
Oh shit.
You know when Sainz won.
I remember that, yeah.
But I bet genuinely, as much as Red Bull are probably like over the moon, I bet there's part of them kicking themselves about Singapore. We could have had the clean sweep.
Yeah, just
never
looking
been done
at
before.
The sheet and
even Max, I bet he's saying to himself, "Fuck, I let Perez win too.
Yeah.
I could have had them all." I don't know.
Maybe he's just chilling in his flat in Monaco, banging his supermodel wife. I think there's other things on his mind.
No, I bet he's not. I bet he's on the sim.
I think we're foreshadowing for next season. He could just do the full 22. It's very doable, especially with the Red Bull already sort of
let's hope
engineering their car.
Catch up.
Yeah.
But
well.
Cough, McLaren.
Well done to Max. Well done to all the drivers.
Yeah, well done,
Max. Good season. Good season overall.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good to take away from the season.
Good takeaway.
Despite the headlines saying otherwise.
Yeah.
You got to root around a bit, haven't you?
It wasn't a 2021, but
is there anything else you chaps? That's me done for notes.
No, I just can't think of anything else.
Before we do. Do you want to do predictions and then talk about the rest, like the channel's future, or do you want to do?
Yeah, sure.
Predictions first.
Yeah.
Predictions first. So our predictions. We'll start with Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks again, Jimmy.
Yes, Jimmy.
Thanks for your support this season.
Jimmy the Skip.
Hey. So Jimmy said pole, Sainz, win Lando, brackets, he's got to win one day, right? I'm with you there.
I mean, yeah.
Loss, Hulkenberg, fastest lap, Sainz, fastest pit stop, McLaren. It was Ferrari this week.
Fastest pit?
Yeah, fastest pit.
Does that mean I get my good pit stop strategy?
No. No, absolutely not. McLaren, driver of the day, Lando, surprise, Max not on the podium.
Who's this?
This is Jimmy.
Oh.
We just talked.
You said his name.
You said his name out loud.
Oh, sorry, I thought we'd moved on. Sorry.
He did also ask what are our thoughts on Andretti, but I was going to follow him. At the end of the video, we'll explain what's sort of happening with the channel and what we've got planned. So Andretti will be in a very...
Not this video.
A soon, yeah. A video very
coming
soon.
up.
But who would like to go first on their predictions?
Tom.
Which one?
Daily.
Let me guess you're going to do Bolton's anyway.
We also need to do the pink eye prediction.
Oh yeah, Jimmy. I have pink eye. Yeah, so, it was me.
I thought we need to get that out there because I don't want
for reminding
vicious rumours going around that I've had pink eye.
Well, okay. Yeah, now that's done. You voted for you, didn't you? So no points for
You
Jimmy.
were clearly giving off pink eye vibes.
No points for Jimmy. But,
I voted for you, so I get a point this week.
Absolutely not. But yeah, thank you.
You gave it to him.
Thank you, Jimmy, for your support. Yeah, no points unfortunately this week.
Yeah, cheers, Jimmy.
But we'll add them up for our end of season predictions video. So Mr. Daly, pole position, he said Mr. Max. 1 point.
Yeah.
Winner Charles. Loser Joe.
Who did lose?
Magnussen.
Oh.
Fastest lap Lewis Hamilton. Fastest pit stop Red Bull. Driver of the day Lewis Hamilton. And biggest surprise Ferrari decent strategy.
Oh God, 1 point.
1 point.
Terrible.
Who actually got fastest lap?
Wait, did you put Lewis Hamilton as driver of the day?
Yeah.
I thought you put Russell as driver of the day.
I think we all put Lewis Hamilton as driver of the day.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Again.
Who got fastest pit this week?
Ferrari,
Not pit. Fastest lap.
Was it not Max?
Probably was, wasn't it?
Don't know.
I'll probably have a look at that actually.
Was it not did Sainz put softs on at the end?
I don't know what happened with him actually.
Sounds like a good Ferrari strategy to me, that.
That's
What, to drop him from in the points to out of the points?
No, he wasn't in the point.
He was 10th.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh.
fastest lap was Max. So 1
What
point
machine.
for Daly. Mr. Bolton,
Oh God.
pole position Max, 1 point. Winner Charles, loser Logie Sarge. Fastest lap Charles. Fastest pit stop Ferrari.
Oh
Well done.
yes.
And driver of the day Alex Albon. I think when he finished about 18th with it. Yeah.
16th.
And then your surprise was Alex Albon top 6.
Wait,
Top six
he
finish.
did well in quali, didn't he?
No, it's top 6 finish.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
But he
do well in quali,
qualified.
He qualified well.
Seventh.
Yeah, he did well qualies. Well.
Because I remember we were watching it and I was like, what's my prediction for Sunday?
Mine, pole position Max, 1 point. I think we all said Max for pole, didn't we? We all said Leclerc for win.
Because we'd all put Max the
Oh
week
yeah, we did
before.
actually. Loss, I said K-Mag.
Is that a point?
That is a point. Fastest lap Lando. Fastest pit McLaren. Driver of the day Hamilton. And my surprise was 3 safety cars.
Wait, that is in the track that's not known for safety cars. 7 in the past 16 races, and you were thinking 3 in 1 race.
That's exactly what was going to happen. Yeah, that's exactly what was going to happen.
An average of less than 1 every
Mate.
2 races. And you expected 3 in 1.
If Hamilton could win his 8th title there, anything could happen.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, but
he could have won. Sorry.
No, he did. What?
What? Did he?
Move on, quick.
So that's it for the podcast. Just 2023 season wrapped up. Thank you to my co-hosts.
Thanks to my.
See you in
Thanks to our
92
host.
days.
Yeah.
Thanks to my co-host.
But yeah, future plans for the podcast. We're going to do like a news segment. So we're going to talk for Jimmy. We're going to talk about the Andretti thing, a few other bits. Whether we want to, we can't really do it on the balcony anymore, can we? So we'll do it on Zoom or something.
Where it's warmer.
A couple more videos. We've got hot ones lined up, which is very
Yeah, we're
fun.
not ready to get this shit together.
I have done.
Oh, you're editing it?
Yeah.
I thought I was.
I'll show you after.
Oh, right, okay, alright. We've got that.
So yeah, Hot Ones knockoff. We've
Yeah.
got a darts video coming very, very soon.
It recorded, but it was light still. But yeah, news segment. We're just going to try and keep up with it. I've got 93 days worth of stuff to do, so yeah, hopefully we'll keep going. A few more
Absolutely.
ideas, but
If you've got any ideas of
Hey.
what content that you want to see, then
Post it in the comments below. Click the
Post-
subscribe button now, and
like and
hit
subscribe.
that bell.
Like and subscribe. Yeah.
But yeah,
you.
genuinely, if there is anything you want to see, let us know and we'll do it. Not, but within limits.
No.
But yeah, we'll be on a. Oh, can we say your place will be a balcony? It's not really, is it? It's kind of a balcony. Well, it'll be a good view.
Yeah.
We'll have a good view of Manchester.
We're going to be a new setting of Manchester for the next next podcast. So yeah.
We'll probably alternate.
Yeah. If you're only watching for the podcast, we'll see you in 90 something days. Hopefully stick around for the rest of the videos. But yeah, thank you all.
See you next time.
See you next season.